Well, welcome to Real Estate Unfiltered with Bridget
And Angie.
and Rodney from Daizy Sweeps.
Welcome, Rodney.
Glad to be here.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We wanted to bring Rodney in today to talk about chimneys, the importance of cleaning your chimney, maybe some homeowner tips on how to prevent chimney fires, because right now it's peak season for people to have their fires going, for heat or whatever you want to call it. So we just wanted to get some insider knowledge to help better prepare you for using your fireplace this winter. Okay, so first let's clean the chimney.
Or make sure, it's ready
Yeah,
to go.
talk about the importance of doing that and how often should someone get their chimney cleaned.
So the rule of thumb is on cleaning chimneys is you're supposed to, you burn a quart of wood a year, you're supposed to clean it yearly. And if you burn a third quart, you should do it every other year just because you don't know if something's going to happen to the chimney.
So dumb question for those that don't know. So I'm asking for a friend. What is a third quart?
Yeah, what's a quart of wood look like? Is that
4 by 4 by 8.
4 by 4 by 8? Okay.
How much
Is
of
that
a tree is that?
128 square inches.
Oh my gosh, we're getting technical. What is it common to burn a whole quart of wood a year, do you think? Is that
Yes.
usually what most people go through?
Most people go through, if you burn your fireplace a few times a year or a few times a week, you're not going to go through a quart.
Okay. And then is there a certain type of wood that people
Hardwood.
should avoid?
Need to burn hardwood,
Hardwood, okay.
no pine because that's got sap in it. Poplar, just basic box elder because it burns too hot.
Okay.
You can't regulate the heat on it.
And if it gets too hot, I'm assuming that does
Well,
negative things to your chimney?
Well, if your chimney is dirty and it gets too hot, it can have a chimney fire. And you can have a hostile chimney fire that can crack the tile, or you can have a wobbler that starts at the bottom and it wobbles up the chimney.
Ooh, that sounds...
Which is just I've had a few.
I'm sure you've seen all of it.
I've seen, years ago this was back in the, probably 90s. The guy lit his wood stove, cracked the ash door, told his employee in 5 minutes to shut it. He left it open, and an hour later he got a phone call from work. He was having a chimney fire, and they figure, and that was back when, my dad put a cast liner in. That was back in the 80s. That they figured it was 5,000 degrees because it actually ovaled the chimney out.
Oh my gosh.
The flames were 25 feet above the house, and the top of the chimney was 59 feet.
Wow.
And it pulled all the wood out of the wood furnace, put it in the chimney, and it was putting chunks in the snow and melting holes.
That sounds like a horror movie.
That was a very hot fire.
Wow.
Oh,
And then getting to that, back years ago, everybody burned because of the oil crisis. And then everybody put wood stoves or fireplaces in. And they just burned, they never cleaned, and you had chimney fires. Now with the technology that we have, it is one of those things that it is important that if you burn your fireplace often, which I say 3 times a week or more, then you clean them yearly because you're burning a quart of wood. Then if you don't burn that often, then I got people set up on 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and 5 year plans. And everybody's on an automatic milk route where you call them, they're already on the schedule. So in a masonry fireplace where you have bricks, it's hard to tell if your chimney's dirty. If you have a prefab chimney and you open up your damper and you get a big whoosh of soot coming down, then you know it's time to clean your chimney.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got all your evidence sitting on the floor of your fireplace.
Okay.
But in a masonry, like, Bridget's fireplace, she would technically have to just get on her hands and knees and take a flashlight and shine it up there to see how dirty it is, unless you walk outside and you look at your chimney cap. If your chimney cap has a lot of soot on it, then it's time to be cleaned.
And then is it best to clean it like in the fall or spring? Does it matter what time of year you clean it?
Back when Dad started the company in '79 full time, it was September, October, November, December, January. Now we're cleaning chimneys 12 months a year.
Okay.
And, if we clean somebody's chimney I try not to clean chimneys when it's hot out in July and August, because then the air conditioners are running, the soot comes down, and then it comes out in the room, and then
Oh, it makes a big mess.
because your air conditioner's running, so it's sucking air.
Mm-hmm.
If you clean it when it's in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, or April, which we have people that are set up every year, they'll go through that burning season. If there's a problem, they call us, but most people don't call us because there's not a problem, because we're cleaning them yearly. But we clean it, then they go on the schedule right away for the next year, and then every year they know that they got that same time frame, so they don't worry about it.
That's nice. Like I said, and forget it kind of thing.
And depending upon your insurance company, some insurance companies now, you have to get them cleaned yearly, but I got one customer that can have it done every other year. And then you got the other ones saying, well, we're sorry, you got to get it inspected every year, or else you're not going to have insurance.
Ouch.
That's in Sun Prairie.
Wow. Also varies by the region then too.
Well, it varies by who the insurance company is and what they require.
Do they have different requirements for fireplaces versus like a wood burning stove?
No, I think they're all in the same category. I mean, you still got to, the only thing that differs is gas.
Okay.
Can I clean my fireplace myself?
No, absolutely not.
Just take your
Well,
shop back and stick it up the chimney.
maybe you can stand up in there and get your noodle or your toilet bowl brush and get up there and sweep that.
You can just be like Santa, just wear like a suit and just slide down the chimney.
I'm not saying that I plan on it.
You could be like them little European kids. I mean, back in the
I'm not saying
back in the day, they used to
on
throw
it.
them little kids down a chimney, and then they started getting cancer, and that's how they stopped it.
Let's not do that.
I'm not saying that I wanted to, although I think it might be kind of fun to try, maybe. But I'm just
you let
saying.
me know, I'll get you all the stuff, and you can.
So
I'm just saying in general, can somebody clean their own chimney? Is it recommended or not recommended? You see those commercials where you burn those, is it creosote logs?
Chimney sweeping logs?
Yeah.
So a chimney sweeping log is not really a chimney sweeping log. A chimney sweeping log has your copper sulfate, potassium, sodium, and what that does is it breaks down any creosote in your chimney, and it makes it loose.
Mm-hmm.
And they say it all falls down, but if it's stuck to the side of the chimney, it's not going to fall down. So it's not really a chimney sweeping log. It's a log that prevents creosote.
Okay.
But as expensive they are is, you're not going to know. The only way you're going to know is if you need one, is if you get your chimney cleaned by a professional.
Okay.
A true professional will tell you if there's something going on. So, in a chimney, in a masonry chimney, every 2 feet there's a joint. And there's supposed to be refractory cement or mortar between each clay tile.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's some chimneys that got dry stacked. So if there's a crack and there's a draw in your chimney for some reason, if there's a crack in your chimney and it's not your concrete crown's cracked or the bricks are cracked, it can actually pull the air through the chimney. And then that's what you're not going to know. If you're just a homeowner, you're not going to know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And then if something happens, they're going to say, well, we need, when was your chimney cleaned? And you say, well, I cleaned it this year. And they said, well, you got a receipt? Well, no, I did it myself. And then that's when, I don't know what the insurance company's rules and regulations are on it.
Okay.
That's a good question to ask an insurance agent.
But now that you brought it up, now I have a question, because now I'm wondering. Could I actually fit down a chimney? Like, can I go on the roof and then
Oh
go
my
down the
gosh.
chimney? Now I'm just curious. You just,
I think
Got a tape measure?
I mean, seriously, can somebody actually fit down a chimney? I want to know.
A 24 by 24, you could. 24.
I mean, some of them are little though, so you probably.
Well, and you're not going to get an 8 by 8. You're not going to get an 8 by 13.
What's my chimney size? Or should I just go try?
Here's a 13 by 13. No, you're not going to try. You'll get about your legs in, and then you'll get to about right there, and you'll
Yeah,
be stuck.
I don't think your hips are gonna let you get past that. I think they're more
If you go
than-
head first,
your shoulders are gonna stop you.
or
Your waist. Yep.
In the middle.
Yeah.
The middle.
the middle.
You're not.
So, I mean-
you can't change your size.
So yeah, 24 by 24 or an 18 by 24, which those tiles are really heavy. But there are some fireplaces that were built by, and I was just at one, that this one was built by a European mason.
Mhm.
Guy came in from Europe, and the house is out off of E. That the whole house, the one side of the house is all stone,
Mhm.
and you walk in there and this chimney is massive. You can actually, I could probably stand up in there if I wanted to.
Wow.
But there are chimneys that, there's one down in Lake Mills that I can actually stand up in, and it's probably 3/4 the size of this table, and that was
Wow.
built by a mason from Germany.
Wow.
Now, do you personally, like, can you build chimneys, rebuild them, or start from
I
scratch?
will rebuild them, but I've never built a
From
masonry
scratch?
fireplace.
Okay.
But we do chimney cleaning, restoration, repair.
Okay.
Maybe we build, like Mike, we did the gas insert, and then we did all the stonework.
Okay.
But I will not build a masonry fireplace from scratch.
Okay. And you can take,
I mean, I've done there was a chimney fire up in Lena, Wisconsin, years and years and years ago, that we actually ripped the old fireplace out. It was a heatilator, tore the whole inside of the house out, set a new one in, and it was really fun building. It was an education on, you got your block, and then you got your insulation, and you got the box, and you build around it. That was interesting, but will I do it again? No.
Is there a pro and con to like a wood burning fireplace versus a gas insert? Like, is there one that is?
Well, it all what somebody wants. If somebody prefers to have wood because they like wood, we put wood in.
Okay, so
Wood
it's based on
stove, wood
preference.
stove, or wood insert. If somebody says, well, kind of getting to that age, and I don't want to deal with it anymore, so I want a gas stove or a gas insert, or you put a fireplace in. So when somebody says an insert, I usually tell them, I said, you take your microwave and put it in that hole. That's what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a fireplace, take your oven, stick it over there on the wall, and that's what you're going to get. You got to look at your size differences.
Mm-hmm.
An insert is a box that's going in your fireplace. The biggest complaint is I'm going to lose my sight of the fire. You can't see. It's now, now you have this fireplace, and now you're looking at this hole. If your hole is 36 wide by 29 high, that's how much flame you're going to see. You put an insert in there, and now you're looking at
A little fire.
a little fire.
Yeah.
But if it's going to cost, inserts are expensive to put in because they're made to fit in that hole.
Mhm.
A lot of times, you could put in a prefab fireplace, the whole fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
If we got to take it out, yes, you get charged for taking the old fireplace out. But if the customer says, hey, I can get that out of there, let's just put a whole new one in, then they're saving that money. But a lot of people would prefer, like that table over there is the size of a prefab fireplace.
Wow.
So basically you take your oven, that's the size of a prefab fireplace. Then if you have a medium-sized microwave, that's an insert.
Interesting.
But the
Never thought of it
insert,
that way.
but the insert has a serious punch to it. I mean, you can take a wood insert like an Osborne 2000, put it in your fireplace, and if you're using 3 cords of wood now, we can knock that down by half. Because now you're taking an insert depending upon the wood you burn. You can have, depending upon the size of the stove, is between 8 and 12 hours of burn time.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a long time.
So you got this little box pushing all this heat out of there. It's got a fan on it. And if you're up every hour putting wood on your fire, now you put this insert in, you won't touch it for 2, 3, 4 hours,
Wow.
depending upon the size of the firebox.
Interesting.
So that's where, you know, the technology through the years, you know, back in the day when the oil crisis happened, that's when FIGO came in. It was just a unit you just slammed in your fireplace and there was your insert. It was a radiant fireplace. Then you had your buck stoves and your Fishers and stuff like that. And those were, it was slam and grab. You measured your opening and that's what you got, but there was no liners on them. I mean, now they require insulated stainless steel liners on a wood burning appliance. So when you put an insert in, they get this 6-inch liner that's made for that unit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, their efficiency ratings are way up there. And then
That's
your
good.
gas, you know, your gas appliances, I mean, they've come a long ways throughout the years.
That's good.
So your fireplace should be replaced because it's old.
I don't want to.
It's old.
Mine's from, my house was built in 04.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So it's
only thing that bothers me is the glass on the to look inside is dirty and I can't figure out how to clean it. It's dirty on the inside of my fireplace, not on the outside.
yeah, it's your sulfur, so you got to take the glass off and
Yeah, I can't figure out how to do that. I
I'll
tried.
come help you.
Yeah. We don't use ours very often. It's more
Really?
very sporadic. Mm-hmm.
I use mine all the time, and it doesn't throw heat. So it's
Mhm.
more of an ambiance.
She needs an insert, an ambiance, because then she can drink that nice wine that
Yeah.
Rodney gave her.
Although your cat really likes it without the heat. It just,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it's got heat if you sit by it,
yeah.
but
It's a when the house was built, they said, hey, you want a fireplace? They said, yeah, so they put one in. They didn't say if you wanted heat out of it or not.
Right.
but
Some
I don't
more-
think I
yes,
want an
some more to
insert
look.
because I don't want to lose the view.
You put an insert in, knowing you'll be cooking.
Oh, I highly doubt that. I mean, I like the heat.
Your
so
cat will be cooking then. You might need to find a
It'll be
spot for
warm.
listeners
It'll
to
be.
go.
It would be.
Cat
It
for
would be
dinner,
right.
warm. It would be warm in the house.
yeah, it would be awesome. But now it's just mainly for ambience. If I want heat, I have to sit right in front of it.
I mean, it still looks nice though. It's
It does,
nice
yeah.
to look at.
It was a nice picture, the one I saw on Facebook.
Which is the one of Whiskers just basking on his bed in front of the fireplace.
Oh, and Snapchat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So my friend Heather has a question. Can you burn the cardboard boxes from soda and paper
Oh, Heather.
in there?
No. Oh.
Oh,
So
Heather.
fireplaces are not incinerators. So newspaper, if you have clay tile, newspaper has a flash rating of 620 degrees, but you can pop your tile,
Wow.
especially if the tile is cold. Years ago at B&I, I did a demonstration that took a piece of newspaper, popped the tile, heated the tile up, the crack opened up, put a business card in it, let it cool down, you couldn't pull it out. That's what I did years ago for a demonstration on one of my 10 minutes.
Do it again. We'll film it this time.
So
Yeah.
it's just so with clay tile, but you know, even cardboard, and they also tell you not to use newspaper with colored ink.
It's like ads you get for like the stores.
So
and
you
stuff.
ever start that the paper that has the colored ink on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it burns, it kind of like crinkles up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, and you're not supposed to burn cardboard. You can use that stuff to start, but not in mass quantities.
Oh,
Okay.
you can use it. Okay. Because my son and I had that argument over Thanksgiving, I think, because he wanted to use.
So the best thing to use is fat wood. It's a little cypress pine, with some little chunks. Somebody chops them up in little pieces.
Like kindling.
Yep. That's fat wood, which is very sappy, and you can burn. You can start with that. You can use, any of the fire starters at, your box stores.
I got them.
And I know this was a few years ago. The elderly do the newspaper and wax in egg crates.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is if you use some of them that have too much wax, and you get a wax buildup in your fireplace.
Don't people use like the lint from their dryer too?
Really?
Yeah, I thought they put that in
They
like
put
a
them in
a toilet paper roll.
toilet paper roll,
Yeah,
and
and
they
put it in
stuff
there.
it full of lint, and then
Yeah.
they light it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try that. Can I try that?
You can do whatever you
Okay.
want to do.
Well,
It's your fireplace.
I just don't want to get yelled at you when you come to clean it.
But yeah, I know because I've seen people use that like when we go camping to get the campfire started too. They have those little lint toilet paper rolls they bring along.
I'm gonna try it. Wait, are you gonna yell at me when you come clean my
No,
fireplace?
I don't yell at anybody.
You get a mulligan, remember?
Yeah, you get a mulligan. Certain people get mulligans. But no, it's just, you just don't want to use a lot of cardboard. You don't want to use a lot of newspaper. I mean,
What is best, basically?
well, your fire starters, I have a newspaper log roller at home that years ago they used to sell them. You used to take newspaper and it would roll it really tight,
Okay.
and they would make logs out of it, which I have one from my grandfather.
That's kind of cool.
I should try it and see what it really does.
Yeah, you should. That'd
And
be
video
cool.
it.
And
Have
then
Peggy video
we'll
it.
put it in your fireplace and try it out.
Yes.
Let's do that. Wait, why is that gonna be bad?
But if it is
I don't know the way
But if it is bad, then you get a whole new fireplace.
and you get
on
to
your
call the fire
dime.
department.
My
On your
dime.
dime.
But you get to call the fire department. You get
Oh, yeah.
firefighters in your house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
See, it could be a good thing. You never know.
that is a win-win either way. But I don't like on my dime. If you're trying it in my fireplace,
No.
I get a huge discount, like 100% off.
100% off.
No. Yeah. So newspaper. No.
So then, since we're on that topic, what are some things you recommend to help prevent chimney fires? Like when people are lighting their fires.
So back to when knowing if it's dirty. So when I clean it, so the rule of thumb is, and I think a Snooze magazine from February 28th, 1981, they discussed when is a chimney dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And they said a 1/4 inch in a coffee can is dirty.
Okay.
Any size coffee can, 1/4 inch, dirty. So like your prefab fireplaces, which have your stainless inner exhaust for your exhaust, the 8-inch pipe. If you burn any little bit in there, if you had a fire, you could ripple it. And then, even with your tile though, basically the rule of thumb is it comes down to if you burn a cord of wood, it needs to be cleaned yearly. And then if you open up, even in a regular fireplace, like if you left your damper open and you came in one day and there was a lot of black stuff on the floor of your fireplace, it needs to be cleaned.
Okay. So basically, clean your fireplace is the key to not having a fire.
Yeah.
In your chimney.
A chimney fire.
Yeah.
I've had the older customers that we have, well, my dad used to make sure we had a chimney fire once a week. It kept the chimney cleaned.
That doesn't sound healthy for the chimney. Wouldn't that
But,
weaken it?
back years ago, they didn't, they used to take log chains, or I had a customer that took a plow shovel, spade, and tied it on a rope and threw it down the chimney and put it through their tile.
Oh.
And then they needed a new liner. Well, then I was a bad guy because I had to put a new liner in it. So when you have, in like the fire departments, they'll either take and put a fire extinguisher bomb down it that then puts the fire out, which is some really nasty stuff because it's yellow. Or they'd take a log chain and they'd knock the fire down, because when a fire, so if you can, what the snakes are for 4th of July.
Yeah.
You light them, they puff up.
Yep.
If you have a glazed, tarry layer of creosote in your chimney and it lights, you can take an 8x8 hole and either close it 100% shut, or you'll have it that there's enough that you can maybe get a golf ball down.
Wow.
So it puffs up like a snake inside.
Holy cow.
Wow.
And then, those are tough. I mean, if it's hard glazed creosote that is very sticky, like you could sell it to the county and put it on the roads for tar, that is a very dangerous soot to have. It's very, very, very flammable.
Wow.
If you have all sticky tarry creosote is dangerous because when it burns, it puffs. So that's where, on the last 10 minutes, I talked about the cold fires.
Yeah.
So you got your hot fires, then you got your cold fires. They tell you in a fireplace that you want a consistent, hot burning fire. Where it's not like, hey, I'm going to throw the kitchen table in there and have a fire, but I'm going to have a fire that the flames are constantly kind of like yours was. Okay. And that's where High C makes a self-feeding grate that's rounded.
Oh.
That are only good for in the masonry fireplaces because a lot of your prefabs aren't big enough for these grates because they are, they're wide. They start at 23 inches and they can add 6-inch sections on. But when the fire burns down, the logs roll down the grate. Well, what happens when a log rolls? It's kind of like you getting up and poking it. So when a rounded grate has burning logs in it, when the wood on the bottom is getting to the point where it's falling through, the top logs roll down and they rekindle themselves.
Oh, okay.
That's what a self-feeding grate is designed to do, is to rekindle the fire so you don't have to get up so much.
Okay.
On your ones that you go to the box stores, which they don't last long because they're cheap, they burn through. It's usually once a year. It's either yearly or every other year, depending upon how hot your fires are. They're just square, and you just stack your wood on it, kind of like you got.
Okay.
So when you have a cold fire, it's when you just see smoke going up and there's not a lot of flames. Cold fires, which in wood fireplaces, it's very hard to determine what your temperature is because there's no there's not a thermometer. On a wood stove, you can have a probe thermometer, which gives you actual temperature. A magnet thermometer that goes on the pipes are only half your temperature, but they show you where to burn, comfort zone. So I was taught, and this was many, many, many years ago, and even when I went to the CSIA, which is Chimney Safety Institute of America down in Indianapolis, I mean, they 425 degrees and below creates creosote. That's a cold burn, cold smoke. 425 to 975 is your ideal range to burn, which is a happy zone. And then from 975 above is bad.
That's too hot.
It's like, holy smokes, you better look out.
Yeah, that's too hot then.
But I mean, like a stainless steel liner that's insulated is tested at 2100 degrees. Clay tile chimneys, not so much. They can't take, like I talked about newspaper, 620 degrees. It'll pop a tile. So if you just keep to get away from the cold smoke, because creosote is not created on startup and cool down. Like coals, cooling down. It's not created from that because on a bed of coals, there's no smoke. It's just heat. On startup, your heat is building to get to where the safety zone is. It's where you have your cold smoke is when you have a lazy fire.
Interesting. Yeah, because I was going to ask if creosote is made from some type of wood, but it's not. It's made by the heat of the fire.
No, it is from the heat of, and that's, and it doesn't matter if it's now or if it was 20 years ago, if it was 25 years ago, or if it was back when, Dad had the company. Once things were learned, we teach you. I don't call it job security. I consider it being loyal to my customers to make sure that they know how to run their fireplace.
Right.
So when I come to clean it the next time, I'm not swearing about now how am I going to get this clean, because back years ago we used to have brushes. I have all my dad's original brushes from years ago. I got the metal ones, I got the poly ones, I got the ones where you push down, you pull down on a rope, and then you pull up on the rope and it spreads out. I got all those. I use sweeps all brushes, which are not stiff like the older ones, because the rule of thumb is you put that brush down, you better pull it out in the foot to make sure it comes back out. If you push it down and you can't get it out, how do you get it out?
Yeah.
Because the dirtier the chimney was, the harder it was to get that brush out.
Huh.
So I use sweep saw brushes, but then now I went to their poly rods with a weed whacker head.
Oh.
And them strings, well, they're new on there, they're about 24 inches wide, but then as you use it, it burns them down. And I usually change them like on the big heads, they get changed every 2-3 months.
Oh.
And then on the small heads, you're changing them every month and a half because they get eaten up. But when you rotary clean a chimney, you're guaranteed to get all the loose stuff out. Now, if you have baked on creosote, you're not going to get it off. You need a chemical. You're going to have to use Creaway or the creosote sticks or something. Or a chimney fire. But I don't recommend it.
Don't recommend lighting your fire.
But, if you rotary clean a chimney, because smoke goes up in a circle.
Right.
So if you have round tile, there's soot all the way through it. If you have square tile, smoke bounces and doesn't use the corners. So imagine a square. Imagine a square.
Yeah.
The smoke is going like this, all the way up. It's not using the corners, so that's where all the soot collects.
Interesting.
So next time you have a fire,
Yep.
watch, your smoke will go up. And that's why your fireplace is built the way it is, with the lintel bar and the brick, and then there's a space up there. That's the breast of your fireplace, which is the most important part, because that gets all the heat. Well, the smoke goes up, hits it. When it hits it, it goes supposed to go up the flue.
Interesting.
But a lot of smoke, if you watch, goes up in a circle.
I have to watch it now. I'll watch it on a campfire.
Like if you have a fire, and you walk outside, and if it's been, you got to wait for a couple hours. The fire's got to chimney's got to get really going. If you go outside and you look at your smoke, and your smoke is going up and it's going out in the cloud, out in the sky, and it's waving, it's a good fire. If the smoke goes out and it's lazy and it's just lingering, it needs to be cleaned.
Oh,
that's a good way.
So residence time is how much time the smoke is in your chimney. Smoke wants to get in the chimney and get out as soon as possible. It doesn't like to hang around. Doesn't like that bar anymore. They want to be gone.
Okay.
So if you have a dirty chimney, the smoke stays in it because it's got restriction points in it. So your chimney gets dirty, kind of like taking water through a garden hose compared to a vacuum hose. Garden hose is smooth, and that's how chimneys are. They're smooth. That's why any restrictions inside of a chimney you don't want, because then the smoke hits it, and it either can come back down or it goes up. But that's why you want them clean, because a garden hose, the water goes through. A vacuum hose, it takes so long for the water to get out. And a chimney works the same way. Interesting. That's why you want straight chimneys. You can have slight angles, 30s, but you don't, you want to go up, over, up. And trust me, there are ones that are built that way.
Wow.
So now, when I'm obviously going through houses with fires, you know, you go in the attic and you see chimneys that are like this, but they're not falling over because they're bad. They're just built.
They're built that way so they didn't come out of the peak.
Mm.
So a chimney that comes out of the peak needs to be 3 feet high.
Okay.
A chimney that comes off of a roof, off down here,
Mm-hmm.
needs to be 2 feet higher than anything 10 feet around it. 2 foot, 10-foot rule.
Okay.
I have one in my house, comes up. Actually, I used to have, I think there used to be 2 chimneys on it. But now there's one that comes up through the attic,
Mm-hmm.
and then it tilts. And they brought it so it wasn't in the peak of the house.
Hmm.
That's one more spot for it to leak.
So, and I've also seen when touring houses, when I'm outside, you can see some of the brick if they have, I mean, there's a chimney no matter what, most of the time. And you can see brick laying on the roof. Why is that? From the chimney.
Well, if it's from a gas chimney, which most of the time, so on a masonry chimney, that's just strictly a fireplace. If you have brick spalling, that's what they call it. If your crown is cracked, if you have a wash, which is leftover mud from when they built the chimney. So a chimney by code is supposed to have an overhang. And so overhang is kind of like your overhang for your countertops so you don't get liquid in the drawers.
Mm-hmm.
If you spill, they don't go.
Right.
Chimneys are the same way. You want the water to shed away from the chimney. You don't want the water to run straight down the chimney. So if you have a crack, the water gets in the concrete and then it starts coming from the inside out. And that's freeze thaw, freeze thaw.
Okay.
So, you're supposed to have concrete crowns on them
Okay.
by code.
So for anybody buying a house, would you recommend that they do a chimney inspection
Before you buy a house. And that's another big thing is, so if you have a chimney that's spalling and you don't have a fireplace, you want to look at the chimney really closely in the basement to find out if it used to be oil, because you'll see yellow, orange, brown, kind of corrosion looking stuff down at the base of the chimney, and a lot of times the bottom of the chimney will puff out.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's always been gas, you'll have white efflorescence. It's the white powder, looks like powdered sugar, on your walls, ceilings, chimney in the attic, chimney in the basement, chimney on the outside, because the liner's failing.
Mm.
And if they so now everything's going to high efficiency boilers or furnaces, is if they take furnace away and they leave the water heater.
Mm-hmm.
Now the water heater is too small for the chimney, which means because the chimney is 2 to 3 times bigger than the water heater, a water heater on a typical home is usually on 3 to 4 times a day, runs for 6-7 minutes and shuts off. Well, now the hot fumes that go up, the bottom stranglers get left behind because it doesn't stay hot, it cools down. Then it turns into moisture and the water runs down the chimney. And now you have condensation inside your chimney, which then every 2 feet there's a joint, which then leaches into the inside of the chimney. And then you have efflorescence coming through, because every 2 feet there's a joint. And then it could get from the inside of the flue to the outside of the flue between the tile and the brick. And if the chimney's built solid, like the one I just got done fixing, it's so solid that the moisture gets trapped inside, then everything just falls apart.
Oh,
Everything.
yikes. That's not good.
That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
So then would you, I guess if you're selling a house, recommend that the seller have their chimney checked or have it cleaned before they go to sell it to help avoid any unexpected issues come inspection?
So we have sellers and buyers call us
Okay.
all the time, and they and it's one of those areas that it's either the seller says don't worry about it, I want it looked at, whatever it costs I'll fix. Then you got the ones where it's not mine. So sometimes the sellers split it in half.
Mhm.
Sometimes the sellers just pay for it. I mean, there's always that vague area. I mean, nowadays, people are tight when
Mhm.
buying a house. I mean, they only got so much money to go around. So,
Right.
so a lot of times if, like a fireplace or a gas fireplace or stove or whatever needs to be repaired, if they don't have the money, then they'll just, well, we're buying the house. We'll worry about that another day.
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine as long as they don't plan on using it.
That's just it. And then when the insurance looks at the house, well, then you got to have that looked at. We have to have inspection papers.
So you will do like a chimney inspection for insurance reasons?
Yeah, we do it for insurance and for real estate.
Okay.
Real estate is a big thing for us. And it doesn't matter where the house is in the state of Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we go all over.
Where's the farthest you've gone in Wisconsin?
Marshfield, north. Well, I've been to Pittsville, but Marshfield's farther than Pittsville. I have to go to Wisconsin Rapids in the spring. You can't find anybody to fix it.
Wow.
And this seems to be a common problem, though, is to find people in your field that are still
doing it or willing to do it.
right.
I mean, I'm not no young chicken either, but
Right.
I enjoy doing what I'm doing. But we have a lift, and that's why I can do a lot of the work that I'm doing because I have the lift. I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have the lift. But, we go all the way down. We go down to Janesville. We go to Blanchardville. We go to Black Earth. We go to Broadhead. I mean, we go all over. Wherever the work takes us, we'll go.
Right.
But it's got to be, there's got to be a good story behind it.
Right. And
You
usually
know,
there is. They can't, find somebody. Or
so it's just, I've been to Minocqua to put a fireplace in because the prices were so high. And they called me. I said, yeah, I'll be on. We'll come up this weekend. We're staying at your cabin anyway. So
there you go.
I also think another reason why you love your job so much is because your amazing wife is
Yep.
your
She's a
sidekick.
schedule keeper. She keeps that man on track.
She is the office person.
You should not laugh. She is awesome. I can attest to that.
Mm-hmm. She's comical, ain't she?
No, she's the smart one.
It's only you. It's only you and Peggy, right? There's nobody else that works with you
No.
guys. It's just you two.
I'd love to have employees again, but nobody wants to work.
Yeah, that's the hard part too. Is kids that are coming out of high school, going to college, or that college age, you're not,
I would love it if somebody would. I didn't build the company for it to die.
Right.
And my dad said on his dying bed, he was proud of what I'd done with the business. So, it wasn't built to die; it was built to go on. But when somebody says you got to buy me a brand new truck, diesel truck, or else I'm leaving. I'm like, no. I said, you make me $250,000, and I'll buy you whatever you want, but it won't be a diesel.
Right.
I said, if I could find somebody who would like to come into this business, yeah, they'll be paid. They'll have their health insurance, they'll have their vacation, but if they want to come into the business and learn the trade and then buy into the company, that'd be the best thing because this is a dying trade. The trades are, the chimney business is, there's not a lot of people left that are doing it that really know what they're doing. You have to, I've had ones that I got stumped on.
Right.
But then you sit back and you stare at it long enough and you think and say, all right, if I was this chimney and I wasn't working, why would I not work? And then you just start looking at it. Been in the industry for so long, you just think about it long enough, you pretty much know what's going on.
Right.
But it's like, I hate being that number 13 or 14 or 15 calls because the first 5 people charged them for every trip they went out there.
Mm-hmm.
So why not pay for the knowledge to come out there and just get it figured out the first time? Don't call these, most people, they'll call and call and call until they get somebody to answer. And we always answer. If we don't answer, we call back, because if we don't answer the phone, it's either she's helping me with an install or she's on the phone with somebody and she calls back immediately.
Right.
And it's like, we get a lot of calls from a real estate company in Madison because they said Rodney's the only one to call.
That is true. That's what I tell all my clients as well. It's true.
That's common in the industry in general. Like, people just don't call you back.
Correct.
It's very disheartening to see how everything is.
No, and I felt really bad for our customers this year because it took anywhere between a month to 2 months to send estimates out. But we were booking out, and this has been going on now for 6 years. We've been booking out anywhere, come September, we're booking out to a month and a half. And then October hits, and then all of a sudden you're booking out 2-3 months in advance. And it's like, and there is no, I said no more 7 days a week 2 years ago. Actually, I said it after COVID, because I was really treated like crap during COVID, because I was 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was late, oh my Lord, I got chewed out.
Mm-hmm.
But I said no more 7 days a week, but I want to keep my weekends for myself. But then you got the ones where, well, I'm only home on this day or whatever. Well, that's fine. I'll come out. Get a regular company to do that with employees. They won't do that.
Or they'll charge you a premium for it.
And so we started, and then this year we got so busy, and then with the weather, playing the weather game, it's like, no, we're going to do it this weekend because next week it's supposed to be like 20 degrees out, and I don't want to have to deal with that because our temperature fluctuation.
Yep.
But it's like, so we were at 7 days a week. I mean, first week of October, started working, and then I took off for Thanksgiving. I took off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then I went to work on Sunday, and then worked till Christmas. Took off Christmas. Took off New Year's.
Wow.
And I worked the Fridays after. I didn't work the Friday after Christmas. I worked the Friday after New Year's. And yeah, it was 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if anybody wants to get into a business that's already started in time,
so I mean, call
Rodney.
Right.
So the business is booming. I mean, we are now starting to slow down, but now I can finally breathe and be able to. Because I mean, you would come home, unload the truck. If it was too late, I'm done. Then you load it in the morning. It's like, then you get to the job late. And it's like, well, why are you here so late? Well, because I didn't get home till late. Well, what do you mean? You should have been getting ready. I says, dude, it's job after job after job after job.
It's just nonstop.
And then you go over to West Bend, and you're, hour and 20 minutes from home, and you forget your hammer drill and impacts. And then you go to Home Depot and just buy some.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
It's all right. New tool.
Yep.
Yeah. Business write-off.
So yeah, I mean, we were very, 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 very busy this year.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And we were busy last year. We were busy the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all done with Peggy and my hands.
Yeah.
And that's
which is huge. It's a husband and wife.
Right. And that's a true testament that you guys must be doing an amazing job, for the fact that you guys just continuously get busier and busier. You're gaining more and more clients.
There's a lot of momentum.
Reliable source too.
There's a lot of momentum going forward. So, Dad started in 1977 when he was told he was going to get laid off from Patco, Timmerman Airfield. 1979, he went full time. So I've been around it for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. Saturdays was go to work with Dad day, unless it rained, and then he got pissed off. But
yeah.
Then I took off a few years, and then I got back into it because it's just all the other stuff sucked.
Yeah.
But it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like anything.
I think, yeah, anything gets that way. But
yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I got frustrated this year, but it's like, yeah, I need a vacation, but the company was built, was built by J.D. Stanton,
Mm-hmm.
chimnologist, and he didn't build it to go on vacations. He built it to help the people.
Right. And that I think is very important. It's very, I mean, that's the purpose, right there is to help the people. Like you're here for them. You're not just going to sell many things because you can. You're going to do what's best by the customer.
It's not like, you go do the work and they watch your taillights go out the driveway and you'll never be back. I mean, the one that we went to yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we put it up. I didn't have to go back right away, but it was 40 degrees yesterday. And the day that I have available to go, it's supposed to be 16. So would you rather do it on a day that's 16 or do it a day on it's 40?
Right. I'll take 40.
I'll take, and I think when I looked at the thermometer, it was 43, but then you're on the lake. So then the Carhartts come out,
Yeah,
then a jack
it's
could
freezing,
go on,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
then you're in the lift and you're off, and but I mean, it worked out great. We got it done as quick as possible. So that's usually how that works. If something is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't matter if it's a customer of ours, great. We come back. But even new customers, they're like, you're going to come out today? Well, yeah, because it's going to be like 30-some degrees today. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 5.
Right.
No, absolutely not.
It's a Midwestern heat wave. We're coming out today.
But I mean, we do work when there are times that you're outside and it's cold.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yep.
We come and do the work, but I would rather do it when it's...
Right. As I think anybody would who works in the elements.
And, now the biggest thing is when you go look at chimneys, I mean, like the one that the liner's cracked, I can't get to it till spring, but now we're starting to gear up for the spring work. So the biggest thing is there brick chips on the roof? Is there brick chips down laying in the flower bed? Now you got to find out what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are getting a lot of calls for that.
Mm-hmm.
And so estimates are being written and names are going on the spring fling list.
Yeah.
As we've been calling it spring fling for a long, long time. And it's just, so.
What's the October list? Because I got to get on that.
Don't know. October's probably full.
So moral of the story is call early.
Yeah.
So I've been telling people for years, because I don't know if it's because it's the second generation. A lot of people say we hire you because you're second generation.
Mm-hmm.
We've been around since '77. Is it because it's me? I'm the one who's doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
I come out and sell the work. I come out and look at the work, and I come out and do the work.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, crews going out to work on something.
Mm-hmm.
You are the crew.
I am the crew. Peggy is the crew.
Mm-hmm.
We are the crew that come out and work on things.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been telling people is if you want to get on the schedule early, you call early.
Mm-hmm.
If we give you a date, you better take that date. Because if you don't take that date, when you call back in another 2 hours, it's going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
You get into September, October, and it's not 5 or 10 calls a day. It's anywhere between 40 and 70 calls a day.
Oh my gosh.
So it's one of those things where if we sweep your chimney, then you're set up on an automatic cleaning schedule. So it's either 1, 2, 3, or 5 years. If you're new, then we get you on a schedule, get out there, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had the customers that, well, this thing is taken apart. We need to put it back together. Oh, but we do it.
Yeah.
I was new last year. Right?
Yeah.
Was it last year you did it?
2
Yeah.
years.
No. Was it?
No, when did you buy the house? When did you hit your head on that tree?
Oh, shut up, Rodney.
Hey, the tree is now gone.
The tree is
Yes,
now gone.
the front yard looks nice.
Yeah.
Apparently my head knocked it out. No, just
yeah,
kidding.
the head knocked it, caused it to rot
Karma.
in the middle.
Karma,
I went down to your neighbor. I went down to Barb's house. I had to fix her pound stove.
Karma took her down.
Then
The sewing lady, Barb.
Oh, yeah.
You know her?
No, but I hear she does hemming of pants and I'm short, so.
Yeah, you need to take your clothes down there. Because I didn't have to buy any clothes this year because I took everything to her to get fixed.
See, there you go. No. The people you meet on the job.
Exactly.
He's great.
Yeah, no, but I was a new customer, and so I think it's only been a year since you put it in. I don't know. I got the estimate still on my desk over there.
Yeah,
so.
because you had a new furnace put in last year.
Mhm.
Yes.
And we put a new liner in for water heater.
Yes. So it's been about a year. So
So we'll need to clean your chimney next year.
yes, and I think you put it in October or September, something like that. So Peggy, I need to get on your list.
You're probably already on the list.
Well, you better call her on the phone
I
because
will
that's the
call
only
her.
way that you're going to get on the schedule. And don't tell me because then I forget.
I wouldn't tell you.
Well, don't tell me because I forget.
I know. I just said that.
You forgot that you said that.
Exactly. I'll call Peggy. But for
No,
me-
yeah, we have people. Well, you can remember. They said no, call the office, and they're like, I said no, call the office. Well, then all of a sudden I forget to say something, and I said I told you should have called the office because I mean I have so much going through my mind, especially if
Right.
I have to work on a chimney or if I have to figure out what's wrong, and so you can only have so much in this little pea brain head of
Mhm.
mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Little?
So,
He said it, and it is on camera. Thanks, Rodney, for giving me ammo.
Tell
Well, your
that
days
to
do go rolling. You just
tell
forget
that to
things.
Peggy all the time.
Life happens. So
I mean, I'm human. I mean, we're all human.
right.
We
Right.
can only do.
Absolutely.
You can only do so much, and it's like, I ran an estimate. A year later, you say you want a stove and a chimney put in, but you want it put in on Monday. Ain't happening.
Yeah.
Get on the schedule like everybody else, but we try to get everybody done as soon as possible.
Yeah. But yeah.
And if we have to order parts, that's on the mercy of the company
When
that's
it comes
shipping.
in.
Unfortunately, you can't control that.
No.
Mm-mm.
So,
All right.
Or my truck.
Beautiful. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, thank you, Rodney. That was a lot of very valuable information. So if anybody has any questions for Rodney, just put them in the comments below, and then we will reach out to him and get back to you with some answers on that. But I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us on all things chimney. I know I learned a lot just from this also. So I think knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more confident you'll feel. And then if you have a fireplace, you actually won't be afraid to use it now either. So
correct. And
Or if
Like-
they need a new one, they could just call me.
right.
correct. Yes. And
When in doubt, call Rodney if you have
Exactly.
one to make sure
Yep.
that it's good. And if it's not, he will make sure, we get everything in working order so you don't have a chimney fire.
Yep. And any questions about your chimney or need a new fireplace, gas or wood, make sure you give Daizy Sweeps a call and talk with Peggy to get on the schedule. Make sure you do it early.
Right. Peggy is the lady to call.
Yes. Yes. She
We'll put their
is-
contact information too in the caption of the video too, so you guys have their information right there to use if you needed to.
Absolutely.
All right, beautiful. Thanks, Rodney.
Mm-hmm.